Recording.
Oh, look at this snazzy little recording button. Okay. Anyway, okay. So, hi guys. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Jennifer Ruff. I'm a Green Sounds presenter. I've been with you guys for about 14 months now, so I still might call myself a unique baby. But very quickly as I got started, I became very hungry and I'm like a training junkie. So the training I'm about to give you would probably sound 20 times better out of the person's mouth that gave it to me, and that was Eric Borhe. Um, but I'm going to do my best to recreate it for you because I did this for my team and they found it super helpful. As you know, we run our business on social media, right? So there are some easy do's and don'ts and then ways to also build on the platform of social media, but we want to make sure we're doing it in the right way. I'm a firm believer in the law of attraction, and this training literally goes hand in hand with that because you want to become an attractive person so that people want to come to you and they want to join your team, they want to buy your products, they want to follow you, all that sort of thing. Okay, so I'm going to give you 5 tips. So I really, really hope you have a pen and paper. I'm going to give you guys like 30 seconds to get a pen and paper because you definitely want it for this training. Okay. I'm going to give you 5 tips and maybe, just maybe, if I can squeeze it in, I will give 2 bonus tips. Okay. All right. So, number one, yes, I'm going to be using a notebook. Okay. So I stay on track, ADHD. Rule number one for cracking the code. Okay. Identify your passions. Guys, this is freaking genius. And I really feel like I swallowed this up as soon as I realized it. And I actually realized it before the training, but it clicked even more after this training. Okay. So identify your passions. And this means your passions that aren't directly linked to unique or to your business. Okay. And the reason I say this is because I want people to get to know you outside of unique. Okay. Because here's the thing, say you're scrolling Facebook and you really love Disney. I'm a Disney fanatic, okay? So say you really love Disney and Susie Sue over here, she posts 5 tips for having the best Disney trip of your life. One, you're going to be really excited to read that. And two, you're going to be like, oh my God, me and Susie have something in common. Maybe we should talk, right? Because you immediately start to gain rapport and build a connection with someone when you have common passions or common interests, okay? So I want you to think of 3 to 5 things, okay? It doesn't have to be crazy. 3 to 5 passions that are not connected directly to the opportunity of unique. I'm going to give you guys some examples to kind of help jog your memory. Like you heard me mention Disney, elephants, cooking, sports, parenting. If you're very passionate about parenting, that's a really great one as well. Okay, so those are kind of some quick things to jog your memory, but take the time to figure out what those passions are. Okay. Moving on from that, you're going to use these passions to connect and to relate to people. And we're also going to bring value to our social media accounts so people want to follow us for that reason. Okay. So if they're following me because they see that I like Disney and I post tips about Disney, they're eventually going to see what I do with my business. Okay. So it's not always about them being attracted to your business. It's going to be about them being attracted to you as a person and as an individual first. Because at the end of the day, people buy the products because they buy you, not the product. Okay, because they could buy from any presenter they want. Okay, so when you identify your passions, you're going to start posting about it. Okay, which means it's not going to be just like, oh my God, I love Disney, but I'm talking like, I don't know, you could have a picture of a cup that you just bought and be like, oh my God, I love my Disney cup. Blah, blah. I found this at so and so store if you want to get one for yourself, right? It could be articles. Articles are super helpful. People love being able to gain the knowledge. Say you really like cycling and you decide that you find this article on cycling like once a week and you post it like, here are the best tips for cycling, here's the best tips for staying hydrated, here's some local marathons, things like that, right, to kind of attract that sort of audience to you. Okay, so those are some really great ways to bring value to your newsfeed. And honestly, you can literally type in Google or in Facebook, cycling or Disney or dogs or whatever it is your passion is, right? And you can find articles that are already posted and use those. It's not like I'm asking you guys to go write a whole novel, but you can find it and post it. Okay. All right. Another part of this is start to join those groups. So I'm really into like fashion. I love purses. I love hair. I love like all beauty related things. I'm a food junkie. I really love nutrition tips. So what I did was I went onto Facebook and I looked up makeup groups. I looked up, I'm a mom, so I looked up parenting groups and I joined all those groups. And then every once in a while, I make sure I post inside that group, you know, some sort of value. Like I said, some sort of like article or tip or trick that I learned that I feel like the people in there would really enjoy. And again, this is another way to build rapport, but it also grows your network. Okay, so use Facebook groups to your advantage because that is a huge way of how I continue growing my network each and every day is because I'm in all these groups with thousands of other people and it helps me get connected to them. Okay. We talked about that, builds rapport, talked about finding the groups. Sorry guys, I feel like a super news. So another part of this is one of the biggest mistakes you can make on your Facebook is to have it be all about your business or AKA unique, right? So if all your posts are about unique products and everything like that, like over and over again, people are like, you start to become like a unique robot, okay? And you kind of become unrelatable because anyone that's not unique can't relate to your posts, okay? So this is another reason why you want to start to dig into these passions and you want to cultivate them and build relationships within them because it becomes another way for people to get to know you, okay? So you want to make sure you're not a robot, okay? You want to make sure you share your passions and share them often. Okay. Another great tip that Eric Borges said was it doesn't have to be, but if you happen to have interest or passion that complements your business, even better. Okay, so I really like purses and I really like momming, and I'm a stay-at-home mom around my business. And I like nails, so I post about the nails I get, right? These are all things that kind of complement what I'm already doing inside of Unique because it kind of falls into that fashion slash beauty work from home life, right? And what's great is when I shared those passions, I start to attract more people like me, right? And like I said, it complements what I'm already doing. So I could be like, all right, I'm talking about my nails, but here I am on a live with you guys doing my makeup. And people are like, oh, I really like your nails. Oh, I really like your makeup. Oh, I really like your hair, right? So it's just kind of another way to trigger and start a conversation with people. Just having a passion that maybe might align with what you do, but it doesn't have to. That's just kind of one of the tips that Eric Warhead talked about during the training. Okay. I need a tissue before I go on. Sorry, guys. Pause. I don't want to be gross on camera, you guys. Okay. Tip number 2. Tip number 2 is friends first, rapport second, and business third. Okay. I love this tip. This is so true. Okay. You want to make sure you're building rapport with people. Okay. Please, please, please do not pop off in everybody's inbox talking about like join my team, buy this, because people are like, okay, that's kind of one of the reasons network marketing has a bad name. So we want to help build up the name of network marketing and build up the name of unique presenters and have us be known as people that cultivate relationships and really cherish people for people and not just someone to get, okay? So when you're building rapport and relationships with people, the conversation of you doing unique or what you do for business, everything like that, that's going to naturally come up. So you don't really need to word vomit on people as much as you just need to continue building that relationship. So I have girls every single day that I inbox them. How are your kids? How's your day going? How did surgery go? I had a girl I know that literally just got a brain tumor removed the other day. And we just start to chit chat about what's going on with our day, what's going on with our life, right? We get to know one another. She starts to see my posts a little bit more because we're messaging every day. And eventually the question comes up like, hey girl, like you do really awesome makeup. Do you work for a makeup company? Like they don't even know because I don't bring it up. There's no need for me to bring it up because people are naturally curious. Okay. They're naturally curious. And I know they're going to ask me, and you know, I mean, not every single person I become friends with is going to join the business, and that's okay because they might share my video, guys. They might like a post and maybe they're one of their friends is going to see it, and that's okay too. There's all different ways to network and build support. Another way to build rapport with people and kind of get that friendship to start cultivating is like, comment, share. Have you ever noticed that when someone takes the time to like your post, you're like, oh, I think I like her. I think we should be friends. She's liking all my stuff, right? And then what happens when someone compliments you on a post? You are like, oh, hey, bestie, you want to hang out? How you doing, right? Okay, because they're commenting and they're making you feel good about yourself, or maybe they're giving you advice and value about something that you posted about. What happens when someone shares one of your posts? You are like over the moon, okay? Like, let's go off and get married. She just shared my post, okay? Sharing posts is amazing. And I try to share my team members' posts. If I see another friend that posts an article or something I like, I repost it. I mean, it's always to just build that rapport and build relationships, guys. So, like, comment, share throughout your Facebook. You have 30 seconds to scroll through your newsfeed. That is it, okay? You scroll through your newsfeed, the rest of the time, you should be commenting, liking, and sharing people's posts. Another great tip for this rule is to message congrats. You can message compliments, you can message tips, you can message happy birthdays. So I do like to comment on people's posts, but if it's like an event, like I don't know, like a birthday, a wedding, a child, I mean anything like that, I really do like to take the time to inbox them. And even if it's not something special, I still try to take the time to inbox people every so often, because again, it's just kind of a way to cultivate the relationship. And sometimes people further the conversation in an inbox versus what they would do on a status. So when you take the time to do that, it kind of opens that gate up to start the conversation, kind of have it flowing naturally. Okay, rule number 3. This is a long rule. It's a long rule. I hope you guys have a pen. I'll say it 2 times. Okay. Be yourself. Be authentic. Be transparent, but be your best self. Okay, so this is rule number 3. I'm going to say it one more time. Be yourself. Be authentic. Be transparent, but be your best self. Okay, so here's what this means. I know that not everything is sunshine and rainbows, but on our social media, we really need to be mindful of the type of person we are presenting ourselves as. Okay, so if you are always cursing, or if you're always sharing political stuff, or if you're always complaining, guess what? Everyone else in the Facebook community is doing that. They kind of don't want to see that anymore. You're not really standing out, right? So don't try to avoid complaining on your wall. Try to avoid whining. Stuff happens, and there's a way to be relatable about it. So a way to be relatable is if you make it into something funny, or at the end of your quote unquote rant, you have a solution at the end of it. So a great example is, like, I talk about my kids all the time. They drive me bonkers. Okay. So one way I joke slash complain is I'll be like, Jack just spilled milk all over the place again, and like I'll like post like a picture of like him making like a funny face, and it's like, did this irritate me? Yes, it did. But it's not me posting this whole rant about, oh my god, he spilled this, blah blah blah. Okay. Speaking of kids, I'm listening. I'll be right back. Hold on. Mom, like, Jaden, give it to him now. Get it. You know what I'm doing. Please go out there now. Speaking of mom life, right? Mom life 101. Home by myself with the kids reading. Okay. In your posts, be sincere with people, okay? If you are faking it, like if you're acting like someone you're not, they're going to see through you. So you have to learn to get comfortable in your own skin and to kind of peel back the layers of yourself and let yourself shine, okay? Because if you're trying to be like me, if you're trying to be like Jen Harris, like people are going to be like, what are you doing? Because it's not you, okay? You have to grow into yourself and be sincere with people when you're talking with them. If you're talking with them and you're talking with them because you want to get a sale out of them, or you're thinking, oh, I'm going to make them my next team member, guys, like, it's not the right way to approach someone. You just want to approach someone like they're a human being and be sincere and get to know them as a person first, okay? And all that other stuff will come later on. Mistakes are okay. I tell my girls this all the time, especially any ladies that are scared of going live. Embrace the mistakes, guys. It makes you relatable. People love it, okay? Just like roll with it, okay? Because we're not robots. So just let the mistakes keep going. Have an amazing profile photo. I'm pretty sure we're clear on this. I don't have to go over that. Okay. We talked about, just being authentic, being sincere with people, okay? Not trying to fake it at all. Listen, no race debates, no politics, no religion. Like I was taught this like with my family. Okay, so I mean, we should carry that over to social media. Okay, I know that we have really strong opinions, and listen, here's the thing. Okay, you guys ready? I know you guys. Some of you guys might not like this. Okay, there was a tragedy that happened this past week about in Florida. Okay, I did not post about it. I did not post about it. I did not post anything about what had occurred. And the reason is because even though I might be posting out of sincerity because I'm like truly devastated about what happened, it always, almost always gets turned into a debate in the comments. Okay. So for me, it's better to just avoid it. It doesn't matter what your intentions are. It matters what the people that are going to be commenting intentions are, to be quite frank. Okay. So my best tip is if you feel like anything can be turned into a debate, don't post about it. Okay. That's why I say like news articles and like all that sort of stuff, like I don't post that anymore because it doesn't do anything. Okay. It just doesn't do anything. So my suggestion would be to avoid news articles and posting them. And again, avoid race, avoid religion, and avoid politics. Like no need for it on our walls. That's like private conversation. Um, I really love this like part. So another part of this being your best self is Eric Worre talked about thinking about what you're posting or saying, and there were two parts. So he said think about what it will attract and what it will repel. Okay, so if I'm posting my rant about how I think everyone and their mother should have a gun, well, what happens if someone over here that's been watching me for a really long time is really against people having guns and they hate guns and they're scared of guns because of something that happened to them in their childhood? But I went on here and I ranted about, all this stuff. All right, so who did it attract? It might have attracted more people to me that like guns, maybe, okay? But it also repelled people that didn't have that in alignment with me. So I just cut my audience in half that way, okay? So it's a really great way to think about it. And another great way to think about it is what's the value and what's it cost you? So, if you're cursing a lot in your videos, and I slip up all the time, but I try not to be like Sailor, a Sailor on my videos. I try to be mindful of that. The value in it is essentially nothing. Like me cursing, like has no value, none whatsoever. Okay. Um, and what does it cost me? It costs me potentials. Honestly, it costs me money. It costs me potentials. Half of my viewers might have been like, well, she's cursing and I got kids over here, so they can't hear her cursing. I'm not watching her anymore. She's over here got a potty mouth. So it just costs me customers. Maybe it costed me a team member because, they just don't like people that curse all the time. I mean, you have to be mindful of what you're posting and always think about those two things. Think about what it will attract and what it will repel, and also the value in posting it and the cost of posting it. So what it's going to cost you. Okay. Tip number 4. I'm sorry if I'm going fast, but I know we have like a time limit on this thing. Okay. Number 4 is time management. Okay. So again, scroll for 30 seconds. That's all you get. Okay. 30 seconds? I don't know. Okay. I'm so guilty of it. 30 seconds, cut it off. And I love this tip. Okay, so he said, "Am I interacting more with prospects or other reps?" And I was like, that was legit my face. I was like, because I'm like, oh my god, because this is so true. Most of the day, I could sit around and talk to you guys all the time, and it's different if it's like we're bouncing ideas off each other, we're discussing something business related. But let's be honest, okay? Let's be honest for a second. In our chats, and sometimes even in private conversations, guys, not much value. Like there's not always like it's not always business driven conversation. Like sometimes it's just random-ish, okay? And that's costing you time, okay? So you have to think about, are you spending more time talking to prospects? Or are you spending more time, Jade and Brent? Or are you spending more time talking to other reps, okay? And you need to flip it if that's the case, okay? It doesn't mean don't talk to your team. It doesn't mean don't talk to Jen Harris, okay? I'm just saying you need to be mindful because if the conversation is not business related and it isn't driving you forward, then there's no point, okay? And not only that, Jack, get out of here now. You're not having it. Get out, out, out. Now, 1, 2. Don't make me get off this chair. You better shut that door. Yeah, it's about to get serious in here. Okay. So just keep that in mind, guys. Okay, you want to start paying like be very aware of how you're spending your time on Facebook, because sometimes we're in our messenger and we're talking to each other and we're like, oh, I got all these good ideas. I got all these good ideas. Okay. But I got 2 minutes. Ooh, sorry. Okay. But you know, it is what it is. Okay. So keep that in mind. All right. Are you watching videos that serve you? Okay. So it's great to watch. Oh, I got two. You got two with the kids. Oh, I got two too. I was like, oh, 2 minutes. Yeah, yeah. They know what happens when it gets to three. I'm about to lay down the law. Okay. Are you watching the videos that serve you? Okay. So this means, are you watching other refs do their makeup all day? Because doesn't really serve much purpose, right? Doesn't really serve much purpose. It's okay to watch trainings and everything like that, but be sure. Will you get out of here, please? No. But you have to make sure that you're watching things that serve a purpose, okay? Be social on purpose. That kind of rolls in with other stuff I said. Be social on purpose. I love this saying. It's fantastic. Post it on your forehead, your team member's forehead. Okay, you have to be social on purpose. You have to go out of your way to build relationships, to network, okay, to get to know people. Okay, be social on purpose. Here, my baby. Hold on. He's in a swing. Watch the movie. But I'm like, give me 1 second. I want to check on him real quick. Okay, I'm back. All right.
I just got the 10-minute warning.
Okay, we're good. All right, number 5. Don't spam, but do create curiosity. I love this one. Get it. Okay, this whole training was like, don't spam, do create curiosity, okay? So don't tag people without permission in posts, okay? I highly recommend not inviting people to events unless you ask them first, or if they're a regular customer, that's one thing, but I really don't suggest just banging out through invites, like just going, like I like to take the time to inbox people and ask. Do create curiosity. This means like if I post a picture of me going, you know what I mean? Or like maybe I'm like holding like one of my brushes and I'm like, and I have a little bubbly above my head and it's like, can't wait to see what goes down in the Beauty Bonanza this weekend. Boom. Mic drop. That's it. See you later. No details. Guess what people do? People are like, well, what the hell? What's a Beauty Bonanza? What is that? Okay. And they start to ask questions, and people in my comments are like, what's a Beauty Bonanza? What are you doing? I want to go. This sounds like fun, right? Because I didn't just lay it all out for them. I made them pique their curiosity and start asking me questions. And when people ask me questions, do I answer them in my comments? Nope. Because then other people scrolling, they're going to get all the juicy details. Oh, no. I want to keep the curiosity a brewing. Okay. So I'll be like, I'll message you. Okay. And then creates a conversation and I give them the details in there. Same thing goes with joining, guys. If I post something, not everything has to say unique or join my team. Okay. I can post a picture of me with my kids and be, like, sitting here watching a movie with my kids, so happy that I get to be home with them instead of working, a night shift. And boom, that's it. Boom, boop, mic drop. Okay, you don't gotta say anything else. Okay, because it's gonna pique people's curiosity. And you'll be like, well, what does she do for a living? That's really interesting. She's always talking about being home with her kids. I have people all the time. Like, it would blow your mind, guys. It would blow your mind how many people inbox me. Okay, I'll be right out. People all the time who are like, what do you do for a living? Because I don't post the word unique all over my wall. I don't. It's not on my wall all the time. So people are like, people really don't know. I know that sounds crazy to some of you guys, but I'm telling you it works. Hold on, let me grab it. It's so crazy. All right. Okay. You can come do the training with me. Okay. Mom life. Okay. Oh my goodness. All right. So, like I was saying, create curiosity, but don't spam, okay? Okay, here's some extras for you guys, okay? Extra tips, pass number 5. Thou shalt not be boring, okay? Thou shalt not be boring, okay? Do not be boring. If your life is boring, people don't want to watch you. You better make some jazz up. You better make something up, okay? You better to do, jump out of a plane. Like, you have to be interesting. You have to be energetic, okay? You always have to be more for people to really want to tune into and watch you, okay? You want to be more energetic, more passionate, more fun. Do some crazy games with your kids, okay? Whatever you have to do to keep being more interesting on your Facebook, okay? This is what I talked about, talking about your passions and bringing value to people. You have to be interesting, okay? You have to be interesting for people to want to engage with you and really follow you. Okay. Another tip is to decide you're going to master it, okay? Like, I know this sounds silly, but if you really want to build your business on social media, you have to decide right now that you're going to master it. That means you need to invest the time in trainings and YouTubes and whatever else to learn about how to master social media. You need to take these tips I just gave you and apply them right now. Don't wait till tomorrow or next week, because then when that happens, it ain't happening, okay? When I learn something, I give myself 1 hour to apply it. One, okay? Because if I wait more than that, it's gone, okay? So give yourself 1 hour after you learn something to go apply it. So decide that you're going to master social media. If you guys don't know this, great tip, okay? Plan, do, review. And I apply this to almost everything. So for my videos, if I plan, aka I go on YouTube and I learn how to do a wing, okay, with my liquid liner, and then I do it on a video with my girls to show them, and then 3, I go back and I review it, and I'm like, you know what, I could probably work on this a little. Maybe I could try some tape. Maybe I could try this, right? And this can be applied to anything. But if you are plan, doing, and reviewing, no one will beat you. I will promise you, no one will beat you, because you are checking your own work. You are dotting your I's and crossing your T's and making sure, sorry, I just moved you, making sure that everything's done, okay? Plan, do, review. If you think that you want to focus more on posting your passions on your wall or engaging with more people, plan to do that. Plan out your hours for the day. Plan out your tasks, okay? Then attack it. Go do it, okay? And then at the end of the day or the end of the week, scroll through your Facebook and be like, did I really post everything I needed to? Did I post too much about the products today? Did I post an opportunity post? Did I post about, anything that I'm really passionate about today, right? Always plan, do, and review, because you will always outwork the next person if you do this, because that means you're getting better every single day when you take the time to plan, do, and review, okay? And the reason this, just like to kind of cap it off, guys, the reason this is so important is because social media it's the new way to promote businesses. Like, people get the news on social media. They hop on Twitter, they hop on Facebook, they see the news articles, they follow the news people on here, right? That's how they get the articles and how they get the information every single day. A lot of people give it a bad name because they're just putting on their Facebook, join my team and buy this. We want to start to build up the name of network marketing so people start to understand what a powerful movement it really is, because then it makes them want to join us, right? And just always keep in mind, I've been talking about this a lot with my girls, people aren't there to be gotten. Like, people do not join Facebook or Instagram or Snapchat or anything else because they want someone to come get them on their team, okay? That's not why we join Facebook. We join Facebook because we want to build relationships and we want to socialize with other people. So if you build relationships and socialize with other people, all that other stuff is going to follow. Okay, I'm like out of breath because I just did that so freaking fast. But baby is here. We're going to hang out. I don't know how much time we have, but if you have any questions, please feel free to ask, or if you need me to repeat anything.
We have 2 minutes. So while everyone thinks of a question real quick, just smile at the computer, okay? Just smile at it. Okay, good. Go ahead with questions.
I have a question. How often do you message people, like, to make sure that you're going by your list without over messaging? If that makes sense, to create, like, to build relationships. Well, like your friends list. Like, if you're going through your friends list and you're messaging your friends on Facebook, how often do you message someone? Like, do you message someone once a week, or do you message them once every couple of weeks to build that relationship?
I mean,